more chances to assist the meager. Let's not waste it.
The world had died long ago. The sky, once blue, was now an endless gray expanse, choked by the remains of a war that never truly ended. Snow and ash fell together, burying the ruins of cities, hiding the bones of those who had come before. And in the cold, the machines still hunted. They did not forget. They did not forgive. They only followed their last command: eliminate all threats. The shaman had no real name anymore. His past had been swallowed by the frost, just like everything else. People called him shaman because of the way he spoke of old spirits, of the echoes of the past, of survival and faith. He had lived in Gray Hollow, a small survivor camp hidden deep in the ruins of an old city.
You never know what you will find.
They had lasted longer than most. Too long. One cold morning, the machines came. It started with the sound, a distant mechanical whirring, followed by the deep, bone-shaking thud of heavy metal feet crunching through the ice. Then came the red lights, scanning, searching, and then came the slaughter. They called them Reapers, autonomous war machines, remnants of the last war. Tall as houses, with spider-like legs and gun arms that could shred buildings apart. Gray Hollow never stood a chance. The shaman ran. There was no choice. He ran, and 3 others ran with him. Elric, a former soldier, scarred and silent, carrying an old rifle that barely worked. Milo, or a scavenger, younger than the rest, fast but reckless. Vera, a medic, the only one who still believed in saving lives. Together they ran. The cold tore at their lungs, but they didn't stop. Behind them, Gray Hollow
well
burned.
spent.
The machines didn't care about the bodies. They only moved on, searching for more to kill. The 4 survivors made it into the ruins, but the winter was merciless. The journey was not kind. First, they lost Milo. He had always been fast, but not fast enough. They were moving through an old industrial zone when a drone spotted them. It swooped down, a sleek, flying machine armed with twin rotary guns. Milo ran. He always ran. The drone cut him down in seconds. The others could do nothing but watch as his body was torn apart and buried in the snow. Then they lost Elric. Days later, they were starving, freezing. A ruined grocery store offered a chance for supplies, but Elric was the one who scouted ahead. He stepped through the rusted doors, rifle in hand. A Hunter-class machine was waiting inside. A single, precise shot rang out. The bullet punched through his skull. Vera dragged the shaman away before the machine could turn its aim. And then it was just the 2 of them. The cold grew worse. The wind howled through broken buildings, carrying voices that weren't there. The shaman and Vera pressed on, heading toward the tunnels, the only place that might still hold
They
life.
come for us.
But the war machines never stopped coming. One night, as they huddled in the ruins of an old bank, a mech hound found them. It had no eyes, just sensors glowing like dying embers. It moved fast, too fast. The shaman fired his last bullet. It wasn't enough. The mech hound lunged. Vera shoved the shaman out of the way. She didn't scream when it tore into her. By the time the shaman killed it with a rusted metal gun, Vera was already gone. He was alone. For days he wandered, starving, frozen, a ghost in a dead world. He should have died, but fate wasn't done with him yet. Through the haze of hunger
It's
and
but a moment in
exhaustion,
time.
he
It will
found
pass.
an entrance, a steel door half buried in ice. A symbol was scratched into it, a downward spiral like a twisting gut. He had found it, the innards. The people of the innards pulled him in, half dead and frostbitten. They were survivors like him, but they had something no one else did, a working underground colony hidden from the war machines. They had heat, food, safety. For the first time in years, the shaman felt warmth. He could have rested. He could have stayed in the deep tunnels, let others take care of him. But he refused. Vera had saved him. Elric had died fighting. Milo had been the first to fall. He would not let their deaths be for nothing. And so the shaman rose. He took up a scavenger's coat, a rusted knife, a rifle with too few bullets. He became one of them. He would go back into the frozen ruins, risking the machines, the cold, the death that waited outside. Because the innards had given him a second chance. And this time, he would fight to make sure no one else had to die like the ones he lost. The forever winter was endless, but so was his will to survive.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.